Mini episode 1423 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1423, the weekly FDH football preview show. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our fantasy and non-fantasy preview for Week 15 of the 2021 NFL season, as well as a look at the first part of the college football bowl season. For last week's college picks, it was 0-1, 36-50-1 overall. Here's our picks for the bowls through Christmas. Toledo minus 10 over Middle Tennessee, Northern Illinois plus 10.5 over Coastal Carolina, Appalachian State minus 3 over Western Kentucky, UTEP plus 11.5 over Fresno State, UAB plus 7 over BYU, Liberty minus 9.5 over Eastern Michigan, Oregon State minus 7 over Utah State, Louisiana minus 5 over Marshall, Old Dominion plus 9.5 over Tulsa, Wyoming minus 3 over Kent State, UTSA minus 2.5 over San Diego State, Army minus 3.5 over Missouri, North Texas plus 3 over Miami of Ohio, UCF plus 6.5 over Florida, Hawaii plus 7 over Memphis, and Ball State plus 4.5 over Georgia State. In the NFL, we are 9-5 overall, 2-1 on the Big Three, and 1-0 on the lock, with the overall numbers at 101, 108-1, 24-18, and 9-5. Here's our picks for this week. Kansas City minus 4 over the LA Chargers, Las Vegas minus 3.5 over Cleveland, Washington plus 9.5 over Philadelphia, Buffalo minus 10.5 over Carolina, the New York Jets plus 9.5 over Miami, Dallas minus 10.5 over the New York Giants, Pittsburgh plus 1 over Tennessee, Houston plus 5 over Jacksonville, Detroit plus 12.5 over Arizona, Atlanta plus 9.5 over San Francisco, Green Bay minus 5.5 over Baltimore, Seattle plus 3.5 over the LA Rams, and Minnesota minus 5.5 over Chicago. For our Big Three, it's New England plus 2.5 over Indianapolis, and Cincinnati plus 2.5 over Denver. And then the 1,000-star gold-plated lock of the millennium for NFL Week 15, it's Tampa Bay minus 11 over New Orleans. Now for our fantasy football segment. Remember, we strongly discourage fantasy over managing. You don't pull your top guys unless they're hurt or on a bye, period. Don't let the matchups or everything geeks tell you anything different. Here's our list of guys that you go with as long as you're confident that they'll be playing. QB, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, and Russell Wilson. Running back, Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Ezekiel Elliott, Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara, and Jonathan Taylor. Wide receiver, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, DK Metcalf, and Deebo Samuel. Tight end, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts, and Darren Waller. Remember, our Thursday night game picks and fantasy recommendations are up every week on our Twitter page at the FDH Lounge. Now here's our non-gimme picks for the week. We like 3 QBs, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, and Jimmy Garoppolo. We like 9 running backs, A.J. Dillon, Austin Eckler, Antonio Gibson, Najee Harris, Josh Jacobs, Sony Michel, Joe Mixon, Cordero Patterson, and Rashad Penny. We like 21 wide receivers, Brandon Ayuk, Keenan Allen, Chase Claypool, Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, Russell Gage, Chris Godwin, A.J. Green, Jerry Jeudy, Deontay Johnson, Christian Kirk, CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Lockett, Darnell Mooney, Devontae Parker, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Michael Pittman, Hunter Renfrow, Jalen Waddle, and Mike Williams. And we like 7 tight ends, Mark Andrews, Zach Ertz, Noah Fant, Mike Gesicki, Rob Gronkowski, Dawson Knox, and David Njoku. Thank you for joining us for this week's FDH Football Preview Show.